family. Michael here, back again. Cosmic with Cosmic Imagineer. So, Cosmic Imagineer is my handle and my alter ego, my higher self, that basically says I can do anything. And we can. You can do anything. It's all about digging. How far can you dig? The, the deeper you dig, the more you realize you're unlimited. And so people won't understand you, right? Until you experience it yourself. Because, you listen to other successful people, you know what they're thinking because you've been there. So just apply that same thing. If you've ever been sad, if had your heart broken, for example, or whatever, or if you something simple like if you've ever closed your finger in a door, right? Simple as that. It's like excuse me, like you know I'm gonna turn the candle off. You know, excuse me. You know that you're like, that's impossible. How are we unlimited? Well, I'm here to tell you, right, that it begins with choices that you do every single day. Thank you, Wes Watson. What's up, brother? Thank you so much for all your wisdom. You guys haven't heard of Wes Watson, y'all need to get on that shit now. That was my kind of impression of him, but I'm just, trying to be funny. But yeah, get to his channel because he'll wake you up out of your slumber. And that's what happened to me. And then I realized, I'm like realizing every day, why was I introduced to Starseed? Why was I introduced to the term light worker? Because I came in this life to help not only heal myself, but help others heal and share my knowledge through my experience. When you heal yourself, then you can serve others and shine your divine light. There was the video before, is that I have learned to forgive my parents, right? I didn't know that. I picked my parents. I picked this life. I picked this body. I picked this time on earth to come. So we kind of got off track about the fat loss journey, but the fat loss journey, so I've only had a shake and I had a little chia seed pudding earlier today and some lemon juice with some vinegar. So the calorie deficit feels just like, it feels light and I'm present. I don't feel like shit like I usually do when I eat. And not only that, I just listened to a video that Wes shared. The more you enjoy the present moment, or the way that you enjoy the present moment, is to be totally in alignment on what you want in your life, because you can do better. Because life is, I liked how he said, nothing is stagnant in the universe. And so true, meaning that your choices, right? Once you become aware, when you're unconscious, when you're sleepwalking, like most of us are in life, you don't realize that choices, you're always going to go into a destination, right? You're always going somewhere, either. But that's how much the universe loves you. It gives you chances and stages of your life. And so you have to read into this through awareness and through looking at patterns and just listening to your intuition and quieting the mind through meditation, or even just having intuition and being able to see, with your third eye, or just a nudge, your gut feeling that like this is the time that I have to, it's do or die, or like something's bad is going to happen to me. Basically, if I keep going down that same road that I've been going down, because I was feeling like the victim, right? I was feeling sorry for myself, but I didn't realize that I was just doing stuff to survive out of my trauma, right? They're like, trauma, or if you, everybody has trauma, right? It's traumatic just being in this physical 3D experience as a human being, as a spirit coming in. But to kind of be able to break it down in a simple term is that trauma is subconsciously, collectively, as a society, as a world, right? All this violence. Look at the world right now. All the violence that we created within our families as individuals, we're reliving the karma and healing these karmic debts. And that's why we come here, is to evolve, but also heal um, part of ourselves, basically, right? Because we're all connected. This body is the vehicle, is a basically, not the word I was thinking, accessory. It is the main frame of this experience. It's part of Mother Earth. It's like dirt, right? It's made out of carbon and all these chemicals and nutrients and elements, right? These minerals. And so, as spirits, as souls, we come into this experience to, we're gifted this body, right? This vehicle to experience life, right? And as a spirit, we come in, right? And we're bringing all the trauma, all the things that we did, because Source let us live different lives, because it lets us, you know, go out into this illusion and then come back home by divinely ascending and realizing love. We go through the darkness, we go through polarities, and then coming back. If I lost you, then this message isn't for you at this time. But if this resonates, listen to your heart and know that we are all here for a reason. And it's just about getting in touch and learning how to fast, right? Will wake you up out of the matrix. Being in alignment with your higher self and doing what needs to be done, but it's for you. Like, it's self-love, you know? And I'm so stubborn that it took me a while to realize this. One second, guys. It's kind of chilly. It's been kind of sleet coming down, snowing. Oh, man. Had an amazing workout today. And now I'm back home. And just doing this live stream, right, is totally in alignment with what I need to be doing. As you can see, I started the YouTube channel back in, like, when I was in Bangkok in 2017, 2016, and I haven't posted regularly. And I told myself, this is what you enjoy doing. I enjoy sharing my experience with you guys, with you gals, and the universe. We're all just energy. We're all just energy. And that's what's so amazing about life, is that it's a mystery. Like, you won't know everything. You just have to trust and enjoy that everything's happening for you, because it truly, 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 really is, happening for us. And yeah, life is amazing. Life is amazing. And I'm so grateful. And like I said, the fat loss journey is, this is how I really, yeah, so thankful for you. Like I said, check out Wes Watson. This is how he's like, this is how fat loss feels like. This is, and I didn't realize my self-talk was not so bad. It's like, oh, I'm hungry. Like, oh, and that's the old self, because the old self has to die. And when you're having a rebirth, you realize that the new you is what you, thank you, Wes, again, is like, but these are universal truth that all the sages and people knew, all the great, like, legacies that people are leaving, superstars. I should say, or like light workers or just amazing people that have contributed to help others, serve others, is that they know that you have to envision something higher for yourself. And so I'm envisioning my ideal self as being calm and collected, healthy, vibrant, having self control over diet, right? Over literally medicine, but it was more of a drug. I was abusing food because remember what I said earlier is that I didn't realize I was being the victim. I was playing a victim, right? Um, and I don't know, after a while, it was playing a victim unconsciously, but I was just trying to survive, and I didn't know. Like, as the human experience, we go through these levels of consciousness where survival means just, you know, was it Maslow's hierarchy of needs? If these needs aren't met, emotional needs, then you search for it externally. And, I love my parents. I love you, mom and dad, if you're ever listening to my YouTube videos. But yeah, I love you guys and I love you both. And I realized that you weren't able to be there emotionally. My mom was, yeah, there, but my dad was totally, his father died, when he was young. So he had to survive, he had to grow up real quick. And so that's when he learned how to be like, tough and hard. And you have to be, and, but, like I said, everything happens for a reason. And like, we're here because we need to evolve where when we come into this physical experience is to heal our wounds, and we pick these challenging lives and where we get wounded, um, emotionally, physically, whatever happens to us in life, right? This journey, um, and everybody has to heal on their own time, right? But I'm not blaming anymore. But I was, and the reason I want to share this is because, yeah, no one's responsible for you except for you. Like, and there's stages to be kind to yourself if you had to go through stages before realizing it. But remember, you're loved. The universe is on your side. And I'm so grateful because you feel liberated once you feel and know that your destiny is in the palm of your hand and you make all the choices, and I'm totally conscious of that now. And I'm not lying to myself anymore. I'm being totally honest of what I want, and letting that old self die, whenever it comes up, and realize that, hey, that's my old self. Oh, that's my old self. And just beginning with my diet. I'm working out. I enjoy working out, but I'm, like I said, be kind to yourself. Like, but yeah, like everything that I was putting out was just being smothered. Look at it as like a fire. My working out, the momentum was getting diminished by what I put in my body afterwards, after working out. But like I said, that's the past, the present moment, and I'm really enjoying the present moment because of the energy. I mean, Sagittarius energy, or Capricorn. No, yeah, it's probably Capricorn now. Let's look that up, guys. Let's see if Capricorn season. Oh yeah, it's already in Capricorn, or it's about to be Capricorn on the 22nd. So yeah, the Sagittarius energy and all the transits right now, like it's go time for Lightworker star seeds, but also as a collective, like, man, I'm looking forward so much to 2023, but I'm proud of myself. This is the time for reflection. I read somewhere it's a time for reflection and seeing how far you've really come, and I've come so far, I just was thinking, like, wow, elementary school, junior high, and then after getting my GD and started working, and like, man, it was all for a reason. Yeah, that party lifestyle. Yeah, I was just doing it to numb myself. But I don't need that anymore. Yeah, drinking, yeah, smoking cigarettes or even smoking weed. Everything, substances is all masking. And even if you're not masking pain, or even subconsciously, man, the present moment is so precious because you have clarity. You're able to really feel, what reality is. You're in reality. And doing the fasting or calorie deficit, because I ate some chia seeds, but it's more, yeah, fasting is the same thing, you know. I believe, yeah, and it'll have the same effect, because I feel like I didn't even eat anything. But anyways, yeah, it makes you feel so proud of yourself when you know you're doing something, you're going towards something that you want. Because a lot of us are just going somewhere. We're just not, there's no goals, no direction, just hope that, you know, nothing goes wrong, or we're just in the matrix on autopilot, just working, indulging in physical pleasures and lower desires, because that's what is being shown on TV or around us. Yeah, make sure, like, what is in your environment? Like, who are you hanging around? You know what I mean? Like, we are literally a product of who we hang around with. So, yeah, just be mindful of who you're hanging around with, because it really does affect who you are as a person subconsciously, and meaning that you're not even aware of it. But if you are aware of what needs to be changed, then do it, little bit at a time, little bit at a time. Because, dude, like, yeah, like, I keep getting messages from the universe, and thank you, universe. Like, we're mortal, meaning that you're just experiencing this experience for a little time, and you should be. I'm so grateful and to realize this, that, to really look at myself honest, but also take heed of the guidance, because I got a message too. Like, it said that if you don't take this guidance, then you want to learn the hard way. I don't want to learn the hard way. you know, and, Wes, yeah, thank you. That's a hard way to learn, is like going to prison, and but we all have a prison in our minds. That's what I was overthinking, because I wasn't in alignment with my higher self. I was doing stuff for my lower self, and man, and Wes, you harp on it so much that, yeah, you when you do stuff that's not in alignment with you or where you want to go, then you feel bad, right? It weighs on you. It really does, and that's why I didn't have belief in myself, because whenever you do something positive for yourself or in alignment with your higher self, then you build on it. And as Wes shares, you get that W, and so you build on these positive things, and then the positive action, right, creates a positive thought, creates a positive emotion of faith, you know, in something higher, but also in yourself, that you can do it, and you are doing it. I am doing it, breath by breath. And it really is a present to be alive still. And I'm still here. I never gave up. I didn't fold. No matter how bad my negative thinking was, I never actually got into the act of committing suicide, but I was like, like entertaining the idea to like get back at my, thinking this is how self sabotage does is like, oh, I want to, hurt myself or possibly take my own life so they could feel the pain that they caused me. But that doesn't, I mean, you're just going to live another life with a different family in the same situation. And so, uh, you know, when the time comes, you're going to incarnate again, whenever that is. But you get the point is like anything that we do in this life, right? Our spirit records it in Akashic records. And so there's no getting away from what needs to be repaid or dealt with, spiritually, with your soul contract that you agreed to before you came into this life. I don't know if you guys can hear this, but it's the happiness frequency. And I just love it. And I was listening to it. The dark night of my soul really happened around 2017, 2016, when I was in Bangkok teaching English, but also I was there with my girlfriend at the time. And I came back because we um, had some ups and downs. And I was in a dark place because I wasn't aware of I had all these scars and wounds emotionally, and they came out, you know, um, through my lower desires. And knowing what I know now, I started the healing process. And the dark night of the soul has different stages and periods in your life, and I'm definitely coming out of it. And I don't plan to ever have it, because once you're in alignment with your higher self, no more dark night of the soul, because you're in control. I think when the dark night of the soul, when you're in it, you feel like you're not in control, but you really, but your higher self is. And that's, wow. I'm just channeling this right now because, yeah, I haven't felt this much control of my life for never, because, yeah, I'm applying all the wisdom that I've experienced in this life, but also other lifetimes. I'm bringing in another wisdom from other lifetimes. And yeah, I'm so grateful. So do what you need to do. Because if you do have a calorie deficit or even fast, it'll open your mind. It gives you clarity because your body is not digesting food, all the time or the whole day. You can actually think, and then be careful with the processed food. You know what I mean? If I would have like fucking ate McDonald's, like, you know, sometimes when the reason why people cuss is that they're uh, passionate, but also trying to, get a point across, is that if I would have ate McDonald's, right, is that I would have felt like crap, but I probably wouldn't have worked out. But with eating the chia seed pudding and then the protein shake, I was able to really, really, really um, give myself a boost and head that direction of feeling good, on a high frequency, hitting the high, vibrating high. And so if you eat, you know, processed food and that's bad for you, that shit food, then yeah, you're not going to work out. You're not going to feel good about yourself. But it's a high. And I went through that high so many times, right? It doesn't kill you, but it does eventually kill you. So are you eating something living? Like Dr. Sebi, like it's all coming to me. You have to eat something that promotes living. And thank you again, Wes. Like you're always dying or living or thriving, right? living, thriving, or dying. Literally, like the more you eat that food, you're like putting, throwing pennies, right? Making an investment for your death early, not biologically, or yeah, your death biologically, investing in the piggy bank of your biological death or suffering from something health wise. So why not make an investment? Because you won't be hungry, with the chia seed pudding or fruits and vegetables. And then you'll feel like working out. You'll feel happy. You'll feel grateful for being here in the present moment. And then doing something that you like doing. Um, yeah, like I love sharing my knowledge, and I've been putting it off. I would usually go on Facebook Live, but you know, I know that I have to be disciplined on the YouTube. If you want your YouTube channel to grow, you gotta, and it was just like me getting comfortable with the camera. And now I'm totally comfortable with the camera and totally clear of my throat chakra. And I'm here to share my experience, what works for me, what I'm listening to help me on this journey. Thank you for all the content creators, Infinite Waters, Rolf Smart, Aaron Apke, Aaron Doty, Victor Odo, all the people. And there's so many people, man. That's what's amazing. It's so awesome to be alive right now on earth, because it is a special, special, special time where we get to live our best lives. But man, it was a journey getting to this present moment. But I'm so grateful because it makes you stronger. It really does make you stronger. Everything that you think is going wrong in your life is actually a blessing in disguise. It truly was. Because, yes, angel numbers, yes. It's just the signs were always there. It's just I didn't see them, right? But when the time comes, it'll be loud and clear. Like when the universe starts sending you angel numbers, like you're on the right path when those things start happening. So just pay attention to the synchronicities that you see in your life, because you have to piece these synchronicities. And some people, they're not coincidences. These are patterns that are happening to you. The people that are coming into your life, they're lessons or blessings in your life. They're a reflection of your inner self, or the universe is showing something to you that you're not seeing subconsciously, right? And so it's time for you to look at yourself honestly and with total awareness, instead of lying to yourself like like a lot of us do, where we just keep denying. We're in denial, like, the AA, Alcoholics Anonymous. What is the definition of insanity? Is to do the same thing, do the same actions and expect different results. And insanity is suffering or being out of alignment of where you want to be. Because I want to be like Victor Odo. I want to be like Ralph Smart. I want to be like Wes Watson. I want to be my truest self. And I know, like, you have to start somewhere. These are seeds that you're planting every single day. But it takes time to get to know yourself, to realize, like, what do I want in life, And whatever brings you joy, right? Or whatever you're drawn to, I recommend getting an astrology report, looking up your birthday with your birth time, looking at your planets, looking at the zodiac signs that your sun, moon, rising, and all the planets, and even your Chinese astrology, because these are clues on who you are internally, who you are invisibly, energetically, right? Not talking about what you look like, what your body looks like. No, these are what your energetic makeup of this in this lifetime, right? Your energy, the what you're drawn to, how you look at the world, the sun, the moon is how you feel, your subconscious things that you do and feelings and how you react, rising sign. It's all on the internet. Like we've leveled up, like Wes said. You know, can't thank him enough. Like the playing field, like all the knowledge, all the information you need is on the internet. I've learned all these things in the past few years, like, and then it's a rabbit hole that will never end because knowledge and your skill set is unlimited. And so, learning about astrology, the sun, moon, and rising is the mask, right? How people look at you, right? What they sense right off the bat. And once you learn the blueprint, your energetic blueprint is what your astrology signs and chart reveals, right? It reveals your energetic blueprint. And once you get to know that, then you know exactly with no doubt what are you into? What do you like to do? What's going to liberate you? What's going to give you energy? What's going to make you free? How are you going to feel joy? You know, I love working out. You know, I love martial arts. I love moving my body. I love that endorphin high, but I was running from pain, you know, because I got used to like the pain was so much, you know, internally, emotionally, that I was seeking it in food, toxic relationships, toxic behavior patterns, you know, masturbation and porn behavior, self-sabotage, you know, et cetera, you name it. And if this resonates with you, you have to look at yourself honestly and then say, hey, I don't want to do this anymore. I was tired of being tired, you know, and it wakes you up. And but I first remember when I was like 18 or 19, right? I just started working full time, and I was introduced to Deepak Chopra. The universe is always on your side. And once I realized there was in his book, Spontaneous Fulfillment of Desire, it's one of his older books. If you never heard of Deepak Chopra, I recommend him highly. Google him. But it says, you know, talks about local, non local energy. And so the non local things that were happening, right? I was introduced to the book. The local things is like what you know, what you can see, you know, but there's energy, things always happening. And the friend that I met, energetically, we were a match. You know, things, there's a phase for everything, there's a season. People come in your life for a reason because it's the season for you to see these things. Life is always happening for you. It is truly, truly like a movie and a journey, right? And I didn't realize I was on this hero's journey until shit got real. You know what I mean? You live your life, you're, you know, protected and safe by your parents, and then you start awakening as a teenager emotionally with the hormones. Like, shit, why do I even care about what I look like? You know, and what how do I act around girls and stuff? That's what happens, you know. But before that, I was just, you know, playing guns, like running around in the woods, you know, playing in the sewers with my friends, with my brother, just doing what boys do, you know, like, you know, being naughty, but just having fun, you know, like swimming, going to swimming pool, enjoying my summers, being goofy, watching video, you know, playing video games, watching shows, and learning. I love PBS, and I loved reading Rainbow. You know, thank you, Lavar. Uh, I forget the host's name, but yeah, you and like if you have take a time to look back, reflect, right, on these different periods of your life, then you start to see like, wow, you know, like there's a pattern, you know. I remember watching The Rich and the Famous with Robin Leach. I was like, wow, it was implanted in my mind, like, I want to be rich. You know, we're in America. Who doesn't want to be rich, right? Enjoy the lifestyle, right? But these things, they're etched in your mind. Like I was remember reading a book about Abraham Lincoln. and I find out he's a Pisces, and but look at everything that he's done in his life, when he was president, the emancipation of slavery and all these things, and growing up in a log cabin, learning how to read by candlelight, all these things, on his hero's journey. And you start to see, wow, everything's always happening for us. It's amazing. It really, truly, 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 truly is, always happening for you. And I love that. Oh, man. My booty kind of hurts. Let me grab something else to sit on. Oh, man. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah, that's better. It's a lot better. Man, my, what is that muscle? Not growing muscle. It's really sore, but man, just when you know you're sore, your muscles, you tear your muscles, they're gonna grow, and that's how they grow. And yoga, knowing like the pain that you're gonna go through by not exercising. I mean, the pain, yeah, is gonna be greater than the pain that you'll feel by doing yoga, by really getting in touch with your body and moving, and that nerve, getting in touch with nerves that need to be activated. Because if you once you start it, yeah, you ignore it to the point, then that's where that neuropathy starts to begin. And it's a journey because we have a dominant side, and so my left side is the weaker side, and once you start realizing that, then you're like, no, I don't want to. The common sense thing is, yeah, you gotta take care of your body. You got one body. The battery was running down on my laptop. Yeah, guys. The universe is always on your side, and it wants the best for you. Always wants the best for you. Always wants the best for you. Even if you're not even aware of it. That's how much it loves you. Infinite intelligence, universal consciousness loves you. You're not only a child of it, but you are a part of it. Like literally, you are a contributor. It's a mystery how it works. It's mind-boggling. Like synapses, or yeah, we're a part of source, having this human experience. And it's amazing, how life works. And grab some water. It's amazing how life works. Yeah, just when you're in alignment, I can't say it enough. You just feel so grateful for everything. Because there is no greater feeling than being who you're supposed to be. And but when you're in the matrix, yeah, you don't realize it. You're like, shit, monkey see, monkey do. Just do what other people are doing, what you've been taught by your parents. But there comes a time where you have to stop denying it and like connect the dots and trust yourself. And that's what I had a problem with, also, like learning to trust myself. Now I realize that everything that I was my higher self, these nudges were telling me like it was all true. I was just doubting myself because it was just I got so used to, you know, you know, not feeling like I was enough because that's how what was put out or what I was realizing or even perceiving as, from my interactions with my uh, parents, and then how I didn't realize I had low self esteem, and I was shy and I was numbing myself through, all these substances and food and stuff. And I never felt like good, but, you know, but I was just being a follower because, that rite of passage I didn't have, um, like every boy has. And now I realize that I want to help others through their rite of passage because, yeah, thank you, us, because I was listening to that interview with you. If you ever come across my video on you in the YouTube universe, is that with Bedros? Yeah, it hit home so much, and I was taking notes on that interview because it just resonated. Like the teacher does that little saying, when the student's ready, the teacher shows up, and the universe. With the amazing thing about the internet, that is what's happening. That's what's happening. Is like we're contributing. So sometimes, like I would like when I first started YouTube, you see these people, like millions of subscribers or just having a lot of views and success, but they're doing what they, you know, is brings them joy, and then just be yourself. They're just being themselves, and it's easy to kind of like copy, want to do similar things, but the more you get in touch with yourself and meditate and then know your astrology and use these tools, the more you realize, the more you become yourself, and trust yourself, and knowing like, hey, this is me, you know yeah, this is me. And yeah, learning to trust yourself, because that's a big thing. A lot of people don't trust themselves because we were conditioned to think that we were less than through the school system, because it really is indoctrinating. Because yeah, I know everybody doesn't want to be an entrepreneur, but I mean, they're just teaching information to memorize. And if you can't memorize information, then you're not yeah, they're telling you you're not intelligent. Dude, everybody's intelligent regardless of memorizing information. So that's what I think about the school system, because yeah, and I always kept learning and reading by myself. And God's always taking care of you. Like I said, the universe brought that Deepak Chopra book into my life when the time was ready. And yeah, it was, yeah, the rest is history, and it was been a long, long journey from that day. That was like 20 years ago. Yeah. Whew. When I look at that, I'm like, wow, 20 years ago. And I still, yeah, like that seed was planted. I think Deepak said, once your consciousness expands, it never goes back. Yeah, because you realize like what is possible, or what really is your belief system. Like Ralph Smart talks about infinite waters. I was reading his book. Yeah, there's belief systems. So your mind or your consciousness is like a supercomputer, right? And the brain or consciousness is a supercomputer. And what belief system, what program have you been running on autopilot? So you can always defrag and put in a different program. It's just about, having faith. Like, what is your core belief, basically, you know, of life, like what's possible. So sometimes that's why we have many, lives, meaning that different stages, like a death of your old self, and then this new person that's emerging has always been there. The ideal self has always been there, but it was like believing and being conscious of it, doing it in the present moment. The person that I want to be healthy, fit, not having pain anywhere, having full access to my whole body, all the nerves, like feeling good, being able to jump and run and kick and do martial arts if that's what you like. I'm just sharing my experiences. Like, when your body is off, because just like using your left hand or your non-dominant hand, there's a weaker side, but your body, your consciousness is a TV. If you're not balancing and taking care of your body or having full use of mobility, then your life, yeah, it downgrades it immensely, by not being able to. And you don't really experience that until you're, I think, in your 20s. And when you're a teenager, I remember I was always active, and then I really became sedentary after 18, around 16, 17, And that's when I really started eating emotionally, because I actually went to a group home because, I had gotten into a little bit of, I wouldn't say trouble, or just, I had an issue where I went to away into another high school, into a group home where I was living with other boys that were, doing stuff, just learning basically, that's what the juvenile system is for. I'm so grateful for the people that I met, and then realized that, hey, yeah, I don't want to keep doing this and end up in like other places, Thank you, Wes. I just want to bring that up again. And yeah, like, we're all learning, and realizing that, that you have to be easy on yourself and see all the triggers, And then I look back at my life and I realize that, like, wow, I was just learning how to coping mechanisms. And even with like weed, I really didn't enjoy it. It just like took me somewhere, got me out of the present moment, occupied me, but I really didn't enjoy it, But alcohol, I think it was more pleasurable. But even that, you have the hangover and it's fake. Have you heard of that term, liquid coverage? You know what I mean? Or break the ice or get you loose or whatever. Yeah. But it's literally like poison, toxins for your body. And then, it's like self-deception. I heard that from a Tibetan monk. I think his name Ming Rinpoche. Yeah, it's self-deception, because you're deceiving yourself, thinking that you're someone that you're not, or feeling something that's not truly you. Or, when you're sober in the present, there's a difference. And so it's delusion when you're under the influence of anything, to say it simply. Yeah. and I got used to it because, with friends, the people you hang around, the environment is so key. Because, I was hanging around with people I was seeking validation from, but everything serves a purpose, And I'm kind of just going into different subjects, but by me sharing, it's like more of a vlog or like a podcast of my life to help others. And I was shy before. And so everything that is a weakness or so-called weakness is actually will become your strength. So through getting to know your astrology chart, you start to see these attributes, positive or negative things, And then these are the challenges and these are the gifts that you have, you know, being able to have the gift of gab and language and speaking is all confirmed through my astrology chart, by knowing my astrology chart and what you're drawn to and who you're supposed to be in this life and what's going to liberate you and make you feel free. Yeah, it's about reflection in the next few months. I forget what transit it is, but yeah, if you guys can feel it, then you need to do what your intuition is telling you, because the more you deny it, the more suffering. Yeah. So stop suffering and do what your intuition and your higher self wants, because you'll start to feel more free. You'll start to feel more free. And so I'm going to end this live stream and then I'll come back with another video, or I might just record a video and then upload it about something that I want to share. But yeah, thanks for listening if you got this far. And I love you guys. Until next time, Earth family.